Hello and welcome to the Responsive Family Sleep Podcast. I'm your host, Kim Hawley, holistic sleep coach, lactation consultant, peaceful parenting educator, and mom. If you've ever felt overwhelmed by all the conflicting sleep info, frustrated with sleep information that just plain felt wrong, or searched desperately for a truly gentle and responsive sleep approach, then you are in the right place. In each episode, we'll be answering your most pressing baby and toddler sleep questions, busting those sleep myths, and helping you understand truly developmental, biologically normal baby and toddler sleep, plus encouraging you to trust your intuition along the way. Let's get started. Hello, and welcome back to the podcast. This week, we're talking about how to help your little get used to a new sleep space. And this is a challenge that so many families experience across lots of ages, right? Whether it's your young baby and their bassinet, or moving to their crib, or a travel crib for trips, or setting up a floor bed, or moving to their room for the first time, or moving to a big kid bed. Lots and lots of parents are worried about those transitions and struggle with them. So we're going to hit a few high points in this episode. Obviously, there's so much that can be, so many layers to this topic depending on the age. And I want to do a broad overview here. Some of these ideas are going to be specific to a specific age, and some are going to hold true, right, no matter our child's age. So let's go through some of these ideas. And of course, I didn't count them up ahead of time, so I don't really know how many I have here jotted down. So the first thing we need to do is just help them build comfort and familiarity with the new sleep space, right? Like if we're going to sleep somewhere, we need it to feel safe and cozy and familiar and have a positive association with it. And this is true from bassinet to crib to big kid bed to floor bed to new room, all of them, right? So we can do this by something often called crib play, but bassinet play, floor bed play, whatever. Like the idea here is we're just spending time in their sleep space and interacting with them, playing with them, building that comfort and familiarity, and like, hey, this is a place that I know, and it's a place that I spend time with my parents, not a place where they just set me down and walk away and I'm expected to be separate from them, which the younger the child is, often the harder that separation is, right? So think just times when they're awake, spend some time playing with them. Like maybe not your most hyper play or not your most high energy play, but reading books, singing songs, playing peekaboo, playing with soft toys, just things your kiddo enjoys while they're in a good mood, and try to wrap it up before they're not in a good mood, and just do it daily, right? Like really just building that comfort and familiarity. And if we're talking about being in a new room, right, then again, reading books in that room, spending time together in the room, just really making it a normal part of interacting with your kiddo. And we want our child to not just be familiar and comfortable with that space, right, but to have it be associated with you and connection with you and the safety of connection with you. And so crib play can do that as well, or spending time together in the new room can do that as well. Bassinet play can do that as well, because then, like I said, just a moment ago, it's not just associated with my parent sets me down in here and walks away. It's like, oh, this is a place that we're together. It can build that kind of connection and togetherness association, which is great when we are asking them for separation, right? That we're kind of building that comfort in that way. For young babies, a really nice thing we can also do is get the bassinet or crib sheet to smell like you, because in the first year, little is attached through their senses and proximity. And so obviously, proximity might not be a tool that we can use, but we can use their senses to help them feel close, even as they're separate. And so take your crib sheet or your bassinet sheet and sleep with it for a couple nights, snuggle it during the day, shove it up under your shirt. If you're nursing, pumping, get some breast milk on it, help it smell like parent and safety and home to them. And that's going to help them feel safe. If we're talking about like a bigger kid, a toddler, preschooler, and we're moving to a new room, it can be really nice to like put pictures up of family on the wall and like have that piece of togetherness, as well, of course, as spending time in the room, like physically together, but having that visual reminder of togetherness can be another good option. Lots of options there to help bigger kids feel close to us when they're separate. Same with bigger kids. Think like toddler and preschool, and where that line is with toddler, that this strategy might help depends on your kiddo, but kind of getting their buy-in and giving them some choices about a new space. So maybe we go pick out a new set of sheets, or a new blanket, or a new pillow if if they're old enough that you're giving them a pillow. Some special things for the new bed, the new sleep space that give them a little bit of ownership and a little say in what that looks like. And that can really help it seem more comforting and a bit more theirs, right? Like that ownership piece. And so backing it up, right? We've helped them build comfort by playing with them, spending time with them in their new space. That's building an association that's positive, that's safe, that they feel like they're close to us because it's a place we're spending time with them together and interacting with them. You can bring your scent onto bassinet or crib sheets. We can bring pictures into the room. We can give older kids some ownership of that sleep space and choices. All this is like scaffolding them, right? You're kind of building that foundation. And then when we're actually working on sleeping in the new sleep space, we want to give a high amount of support. We want to make it as positive experience as possible. And that can often look like chunking it down, right? We're not necessarily going to expect them to sleep the whole night there. Maybe you start with naps, right? And you start with a little baby, maybe the easiest nap of the day, often the first, right? Or for like a toddler, maybe we're doing their nap in there. Maybe we start with the first part of the night, sleeping in the new sleep space. But if they're struggling later in the night, maybe we bring them back to what their pre-existing sleep space was, if that's possible. Sometimes it's not possible, right? And fully recognize that. If it's like a floor bed or a big kid bed, maybe we are sleeping in with them to help bridge that transition for a week or so. Just helping them be like, this is not a place you're totally on your own. Like, I'm here with you. And expecting some more sleep disruption, right? It's new. It feels weird. It's not what they're used to. And so just being ready to step up that support and help it be, transition where they're feeling really, really supported and your presence. So sometimes these shifts are shifts we make because we have to, right? They've outgrown the bassinet, or we literally can't hold our baby 24/7. Sometimes, they climbed out of the crib as a toddler. Now we have to switch it up. Sometimes it's like we hope it's a better sleep setup for us, right? Or we're ready to move away from bed sharing to something else. And so we have these have-tos, and sometimes they're want-tos. And so that's really going to impact how slowly we can do things and what that looks like. But really just ultimately patience, right? Helping them build that familiarity and feel your support and feel your closeness is the best path through these big shifts for them, and to know that we can chunk it down and do it in small bits. It's okay to have a little bit of fluidity as you're moving through these transitions, because it can be a really big one. So I hope that gives you some ideas as you make new sleep space transitions. And as always, I'm here if you want some support through that process. Thank you for joining me today. I hope this episode left you feeling more informed, confident, and encouraged on your sleep journey. And just a reminder before you go that nothing in this episode is individualized to your specific sleep situation nor is it to be taken as medical advice. Take what resonates, ignore what doesn't, and check with your healthcare provider about any medical concerns. Take a moment to subscribe to this podcast so that you'll never miss an episode. And take a moment to rate, review, or share an episode you love on social media. All of that helps parents just like you find me, this podcast, and this gentle and responsive sleep information. I'll see you next time.